Tekken 8 don't deserve no damn 9 though. I tell you that though. Hey, they shot out my boy Bellator though, so I'm fine with that shit.
Wait,
Wait,
why? What was the random hit on Tekken though?
9? They gave it a 9.
Yeah, what was the random hit?
You said the random hit. What are you talking about?
Yeah, why you dissing Tekken?
I ain't dissing Tekken.
This Tekken.
I'm Tekken good. Tekken great. Is it a 9,
Great.
nigga? Let's get this shit started.
Welcome to another episode of Free to Talk.
What the
I'm your co-host,
Mm-hmm.
Money Man, Dinero.
Money
I go
man
by
bring
money.
banks, nigga. Type
Go
shit.
by Sixx Styles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I got my other co-host. Say your name.
Right, you know who it is, bro. Like anybody watches this shit. OTU, O2, but my homies call me Euro. You know what I mean? So either way works, but you know that's my main shit. My main shit is O2. It's pronounced that way, by the way. If you didn't get it. But
O2.
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 You know what's funny, right? I almost got that shit tattooed on me one day. Cause you know what the name came from, nigga? It means one in Swahili. And I was on my little fix when I was growing up. I used to be I ain't gonna use the term like hippie, but I was a real like QE type character.
You definitely was.
Yeah, man. I said somebody has to do this shit, bro. If no one's not gonna do it, I'm gonna do it.
Nah, you definitely was.
Had to, bro.
Tatting the O2. That's in Swahili.
Yeah, man. The one and only, bro.
Respect it, bro.
Appreciate it, man. But now, I mean, everyone kind of goes through multiple names and shit. So
yeah,
I feel like you can change the character.
You was dissing the Destiny 2, the DLC. Is what I got it. I think got a 9. Right?
Destiny does not deserve a 9 in any capacity. Destiny 1, maybe. I give it to Destiny 1 because it was a new thing. It was what Halo niggas wanted from like a MMORPG. And it was a big part of it was a big part of both of our fucking gaming careers at a point.
Oh, no doubt.
But like Destiny 2, do you remember the story of Destiny 2? Like the story mode and everything. I don't think no one does.
And that's the story mode. What was it? Like the original story?
Mm-hmm.
What was it? They captured, what was his name? The speaker, and I think they were trying to take the light.
Take the light out of what, bro?
They were trying to. It was the Cabals. They were trying to take the light and everything. They were trying to take the light from the.
Yeah, but that's like, bro. They need
the
light.
It's been a while since I played. I forgot what those little things are called.
I think you're right. The Cabals are correct. I would believe. It's just that shit wasn't memorable at all for me. I remember when I first got Destiny 2, I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna run this shit. We got groups. We got the homies about to play this motherfucker, bro. And I'm like, hey, about to put the time into this. Then they say you gotta play the story mode. And I'm like, all right, cool. I did not retain not one information about that story mode. Not a damn thing, bro. And it's
it was a weak villain.
It was a weak villain. It was a weak story. It was a weak fucking. It wasn't a Destiny 2.
The story was better than Destiny 1.
Yeah, you may be right after that too. I ain't remember the story from that. Maybe it's just me.
That's what it comes down to. Maybe it's me.
Maybe it's just me. I have more memories of Destiny 1 over 2. And Destiny 2 is just like, it's just what I don't know. I felt like it tried to gain my attention, but then it just lost it, and then it didn't do anything to retain it back. And then they started releasing DLCs, and then it became free to play, and then the people at the studio was fucking up, bro, and it was just like, I ain't want to have no parts with it, to be honest.
For what they did for all the fans, I kind of liked it. I feel like Destiny 2 served its purpose, and
But that's the thing. I think, I can agree with that. It gave it. I mean, I just felt like they should have just kept it as it is. Then I felt like if they would have just just said, all right, this game is going to be a re-edition of Destiny 1. We're going to give it a 4-year, 3-year period instead of trying to make it into a live service game. I don't like live service games at all, personally. Live service games, I don't like fake MMOs either. But that's the thing. It didn't do anything fucking right for me.
Destiny did good for a while. I fell out of love with it. I forgot what reason why. I think I got tired. I'm a weird person when it comes to repetitive, like being repetitive. It's like Destiny 2, we're doing the strikes. It was repetitive. It was,
but
all of it
that was the big thing, though.
It was getting to a point where I couldn't take it no more. I would have to do all these strikes over and over and over, and the strikes are randomized because I think you got to play the strike playlist.
Yeah,
and so it'd be randomized, and sometimes I'd be landing on the same strikes again and again and again. I do the dailies. I do the nightmare dungeon. I think it was the nightmare or the
nightmare.
Nightmare grandmaster strikes. Yeah. And then after that, all right, get on your second character. All right, get on your third character. I'm tired of that. But all that was necessary. I've like to have those 3 characters. That was actually necessary. You actually needed it. And honestly, I hated the RNG so much. I had 3 warlocks. I didn't make three different classes. Hell no. I had all 3 warlocks. We all share. Mm-hmm. We all share because I couldn't take the whole thing, and it was to the point. I played MMOs, and MMOs are repetitive, but Destiny just felt tedious. It felt too much. Like in MMOs, I think I could farm when I want. I could do this if I want to. And Destiny, I had to do it because I have to.
That's right.
Like if I don't, I won't be good enough, or I won't be good enough for these raids and everything. Like in MMOs, it's more like you feel like in certain parts you kind of have to, but I feel like it's a lot easier. It's not as hard. Like how, like put it like this: I can farm for, let's just say, one day. One day I farm constantly on like a currency or a type of material. I will farm the hell out of it, and then next thing you know, I don't have to do it for weeks.
Right.
Maybe months, but you know what I mean? Like in Destiny, I have to do it every day or like every week, every day.
But that's the whole idea of what live services are. They give you benefits for getting on daily. Daily is the mechanic of the game, which is what I hate about live service games. That's my main issue, is that it puts you in a position where the user needs to play the shit every day, all day, to get the most out of the game, and it expects you to retain that every day. You can't just say, you know what, let me go over the weekend, I got work, I don't want to do this shit during the week, right? And then I come into the weekend, I bounce out all my fucking whatever I need to do, then I can wait till next week. It gives you some space to be able to breathe. But when you have a game where it's all built upon weeklies, dailies, monthlies, it expects you to be on there 24/7, or at least a good amount of time throughout the day, and that gets, as you said before, it gets repetitive, and then it gets to the point where it feels like, nah, I'm not playing a game, I'm doing a chore. Yeah. And I hated that. I hated that with a passion. Shit, I ain't like it when fucking DC kind of did it. I'm like, now I'm keeping up with the Joneses and shit, and I don't want to do that in no game.
I think DC started doing it in those daily things, if I remember correctly, but all I did was do my weeklies and my monthlies, and I stopped playing the game for a while. Like, I was like, well, see you next week. I don't do no logins, I don't try to do a login every day, because sometimes I don't remember. I play, as gamers, or like people who do a variety amount of games, we have to go through all of those games, and sometimes some doesn't even pop up in our head. And to do those dailies, you know, sometimes we just have to pick the most important games to us, the we're mostly active in. At least as single players, you don't got to do all that. So if you play a single player game, you're kind of fine.
Exactly. But, you know, that's just the game model. And that's what a lot of game models kind of follow now. I don't want to be on a game every day, all day, unless it's for my own enjoyment, you know? If it was a single player game and I like the single player game, hell yeah, I'm about to play that bitch every time I can. That's my shit. But when it feels like a chore to play the game, I don't want to play that, bro. And it gets boring, and then feels like I just give up on it. Cause then you're like, ah, damn, I didn't do the weekly last week. Guess I'm gonna be behind 2 weeks. And then you gotta compare yourself to other players and so on and so forth. And the raids, for me personally, need to be something dynamic. Raids, I feel like have changed their marvel of it now. But like when everyone thinks of a raid, the raid itself needs to go crazy. It needs to be a basically the best version of your game and presentation. But now a raid is just basically you can get low tier raids, you can get raids you forget about, you can get raids that you don't even really do anything besides like prep work for another raid. There's no benefit for it unless you're just like farming, as you said before. You're just farming at that point. I don't want my $15 DLC to just be a farming tool.
You know what I always hated about when it comes to raids? The randomness. I do all this hard work for a random piece and I don't get what I want.
Yep,
I'm upset.
Then you gotta try next week.
You gotta try next week, or maybe some games next month. Like, what was it? I think DC was the one where you do the raid and like the special reward resets monthly.
Yep.
And it's like, what? And you can't trade it,
but you can pay for it.
Yeah.
Man, I hate that, man. It's that free to play nonsense where it's like, okay, you didn't get the piece you want. Hey, bro, go ahead and spend $10, bro. You can get 5 more tries on that bit. Now it's just gambling with just work.
Well, yeah, gotchas is going crazy.
Gotchas is going crazy.
I can't say much. I got so many gotchas.
Hey, man, this is the way it is. I'm not gonna blame somebody for playing gotchas. I never really got to the point of that. I never really got deep into gotchas like that because, like, mentally it just doesn't interest me too much. But at the same time, I can understand why gotchas became popular, you know? I mean, the idea of like you having something that is something that somebody else will want and so on and so forth is like, it gives you a sense of like, I mean, shit, Pokemon, you can even consider Pokemon cards gotchas at this point. Gotchas is the digital version of trading cards and scarcity and things of that nature. So like, if I'm going to be mad at gotchas, I got to be mad at the whole thing. Got to be mad at the whole system itself. And I'm not
having Pokemon cards is probably more more profitable and more enjoyable because at least you know you'll always have it. As long as you take care of it and keep track of it, you'll always have it. When it comes to a gacha game, if that game shuts down, that's just gone. If something happens to your account, that just is gone. All that money you spend, at least the money that you spend in real life for the Pokemon cards, you know that you got it, you keep it, it's part of your collection, and you can sell it.
True. There's more physicality to it, and yeah, as you said before, you can, if you get it, you have it forever. But with that being said, this brings up to like, I don't know, I feel like now you're more attached. And then you have communities where that's where it's all based about. It's not based off of the trading card game anymore. It's based off of the fucking how much money that this card can give me. And if this card fucking dies out, cause that happened before. For instance, if you haven't heard about, you know about Magic the Gathering, right? I feel like everyone do at one point or another. So as of recently, there's been a little tidbit or a little bit of a problem where the main creator of Magic the Gathering and its rules and things like that died recently, right? And they have a department that basically keeps up, which is just basic volunteer people that love the game and who played with the original creator and, you know, made the rules of how the games are. And the rule was there were no rules, so everyone can play. It was so that anybody can play the game and all people can play the game however they want to play it. So the guy dies, and now they get to a point where it's just these 4 people, and they're like, all right, well, what the fuck do we do? We gotta continue on this man's legacy and kind of make sure the game is in a healthy position in regards to like longevity purposes and stuff like that, which means tournaments and things need to be regulated one way or another, and they do have it that way. So what happened is that they included these things called, I guess how you want to call these cards, like it's called commander cards, but think about it like your main card. You have a main card in your deck, and that's what you kind of revolve your whole deck around. They banned these certain cards, and because they were broken, they're completely broken. It's basically like how Yu-Gi-Oh bans their cards, right? No one gives a shit about that, but they give a shit about this one because of the community behind it. So they banned the card. So when they banned the cards, they essentially made these cards useless. And when they made them useless, I mean, you can still play with the cards, not that big of a deal, but you're not going to be in no official tournaments with it. But it also decreased the value of it. And these cards run up to $350 to even $1,000. And now those cards are worth like $60 to nothing. So this creates a big drama within the community about, oh man, I spent $350 on this card, man. I feel like this is ruining my fucking, like, my savings, bro. Like, I spent people out there was spending like $20,000, $10,000 on these cards because they was trying to make the resale value. They're no longer thinking about it as the game no more, but they're thinking about the resale value of the cards. And you know, and they gave the same response as like how, you know, gamers do with their developers, and they sent death threats to these niggas. And it was sad, bro. And then all of a sudden they say, hey, you know what? We were done, bro. And they said we're gonna give all the trading card powers that be of this company to the actual people that makes the cards, like the people that, you know, go ahead and put the actual physicality to it. They made the game rules or the game IP, but they made the cards. They gave the rights to them. And now the community itself is like, damn, I didn't want that to happen. Because now you're basically saying, what happens is that they made it so where the people don't have the power in which this game is going to go, but the corporation does now. It's basically giving all your rights to Amazon, if you want to put it that way. And now you got people saying, well, damn, you know, I ain't want that to happen, but you ain't want to just not send death threats to people, man. And so there you got this, and it was, you know, and another aspect of it, what happened was that they put all the blame, or most of the blame, onto this one girl in the group because she was a girl within the group. And it's like, bro, what is with this type of media that brings about these type of people, man? And you know what's funny? Throughout the whole thing, she was the only one in the group that made it and said, no, I don't think we should do that. She was actually wanting people to keep the value of their cards. No one else in there did. Everyone else, it was a unanimous decision. Well, it wasn't a unanimous decision. It was basically split between her and another person and then these other 2 people. But they went with it anyway. But they threw the blame all on this one person just for the sole fact that she was a woman. And now people want to renege on their fucking comments and shit and so on and so forth. Which is, now you can't bring it back now. They're at a no return point now. They already sold the rights. They say, I'm not dealing with this no more. You know, this is a mental. I have mental problems now because of these people. And it only happens. I won't say it only happens in this type of like community, because it happens in sports, where like sports people for some reason are racist to their players and shit, and we laugh at it, but it's like it's a real big thing. But in gaming, or when it comes to anime, gaming, these type of like hobbies and shit, you get the most just ugh people ever. I never thought the idea of giving a death threat to somebody because they made my card bad, or they made the game bad. I have problems with League. I'm not gonna wish death threat on these niggas, bro. I'm not gonna wish death on these people. They're people at the end of the day. So it's like, but that's the thing, whenever you link something with money and scarcity and things like that, you get these people that are very emotional because of that. And I get it, but it's like, I don't know. I think that's one of the things I really don't like about those type of like systems where monetary gains are now the forefront of your product. That's what kind of leans me away from gacha, because now I'm like, okay, what if I do, put in some money into this thing, and even though that is like a personal thing, if you lose money in a gamble, is a gamble at the end of the day. You can't blame anybody else besides yourself. You're gambling the fact that this is going to be still valuable later on. If it doesn't, there's got to be people has to lose. You can't always win. Gambling is a 50-50. Either win or lose. And if you lose, you got to just take that.
That's at that point, that comes the gacha systems. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel like we talked about gachas last time. I hate them and love them.
It's a hate-love relationship, and that's why I can get it. This is me looking from the outside in, so I think I can give my opinion on it. But I can understand it. I can understand the people behind it.
There was one thing that you mentioned when it came to the raids and everything. It's one thing I want to talk about. Why are some people, so crazy about the difficulty of bosses or raids, to the point where the devs have to dial it down to appease the people when they made it, and that's how they made it. And it's like,
because
they made it to be hard.
Right. You're changing the image of what the developer wanted to happen because of the difficulty. And as a player, you believe, we gotta remember, as I think we was talking with Ricky, people are getting to the point where difficulty is a problem for them. They don't want games to be difficult. Like, gamers back, I won't say gamers back then, because that makes me sound fucking extra. But like, realistically, the game itself being difficult brings out more of the player to do more and get better, and you enjoy it, even though you may be mad at the time and you curse out the game, but that's your enjoyment. That's where you get your enjoyment from. And people love the struggle. Like, you love the struggle, you love the hustle of it. But now gamers are now getting to the point where either they're gamers are worse skill wise. People are not as skillful as they were before because they get appeased a lot. When people say they say, oh man, this thing is too difficult. Elden Ring is a good example. Elden Ring went through so many renditions of updates to make bosses quote unquote fair, due to the fact of their community not being able to beat the game. And as Elden Ring, the game is based off of it being difficult. It's about you dying repetitiveness and trying again. It's not based off of just like, oh, I beat the game. You don't beat Elden Ring for the story. And some people do, of course. But you beat Elden Ring because it feels like you made an accomplishment. It was a hard thing for you to do, and you accomplished it.
And we looked at the average players, and average players they didn't even beat what? They didn't even beat the game. They didn't even beat, what was it?
It was, I believe not even the first half of the game, the first quarter of the game when you fight, I think it's Millennia, is the witch, where that opens up pretty much the entire game after. Not even the entire game, but the other half of the game, and you still got 30 hours left in the game. They didn't, it was like 30%.
Still haven't got there. Yeah.
It's not even more than 50%. Exactly. People picked up the game, said the game was too hard, and put it down. Or they got on the game, said it was too hard, and then complained to the developers about it being too hard. And the developer was like, you know what? All right, we'll make it. We want more people to play our game. We want to make we don't want to make it inclusive. And that thought process kind of changes the idea of what a game should be a game. A game at the end of the day is not just to appease your fans. It is, but it's more so being able to develop something where you're presenting a a product of your fucking skills. You wanted to say, hey, you know what? This is how I want my game to be. I want players to feel like this is difficult. I want players to have some strife, but I want them to feel like they accomplished something at the end of it, which is why they give you a special weapon at the end of the fight, or so on and so forth. You feel like you did something, and then you can tell your friends about it.
Isn't it crazy that I feel like people are just whining a lot more than usual? Because I feel like you're whining because you can't beat it. Like, and you think it's some impossible thing. But I've been in gaming and game design. Nobody has ever, if they made something, they made something hard, and they didn't do the proper playtest. Even there's always a playtest in house and everything. It's gonna be beatable. It's gonna be beatable no matter what. They're not gonna make something, especially something like AAA games. They're not gonna make something to where it's not beatable. They made it to where it was beatable. It's beatable. It just,
but that's the thing,
super
though.
Hard.
But that's the thing. We're changing from the dynamics of people that play games now and the people that plays games then, where it's opening up to a more of a general mass of people now. The people that play games are not just the people that plays games, if you want to put it like, it's not a good way of putting it, but it's like you put it for the thrill. Yeah, you say this game's hard as hell, but you're not gonna give up because you're not gonna be like, oh, it's too hard. People easily give up now. It's like it's too much hardship. They don't want to do it. They get off the game, and then which is insane. Like, games are meant to be progressively more difficult and putting you the furthest this game can be pushed. That's the point of what difficulty is. When you're putting on hard mode, when you're putting on extreme mode, this means the game itself is pushing itself to its limits to make you play, like, to find out the solution of whatever you're finding out. Being a problem solver at this point. And the thing is, with the culture of games and stuff like that, not even just games, but just in real life, everything, people don't want to make it difficult. And it's like, now people are just and people easily get changed now. People know, the community knows that they're powerful enough to change the dynamics of the game if they complain hard enough. It used to be that these developers used to just say, nah, fuck y'all. This is how my game is going to be. If you don't like it, don't play it. But now you can't really do that, because pretty much these people that play your game are your lifeline now. You want these people to play, not because you want them to play your fucking art form, but you want them to actually play consistently and buy the stuff that you're wanting to present.
Right.
That, and then you got people that talk a lot more now. You got Twitter, you got Instagram, you got TikTok.
Oh yeah, people are talking a lot more.
They talk a lot more shit. It's fine, but that's the thing. You would think this will just bring more communities together, to people to like almost, how do you say, consolidate their hardships with each other. Because you know what, like, you can be like, you know what, hey, somebody else had a hard time with it, I'm gonna talk to another person that had a hard time with it. Or you want to say, somebody beat the hard game that it took me so much time to beat. Somebody beat this. I'm gonna go watch this nigga and see how he beat it. It gives you a sense of like, okay, it's beatable. I'm gonna try and learn and teach myself to beat this, so I can be a part of that group that beat this game. But now that's not the case. It's like,
we don't know. We ain't teaching. We ain't learning. No, we ain't doing none of that.
Nah,
we
bro.
Don't want to do that anymore.
I don't want to learn. I don't want to learn how to play. I don't want to learn this shit. I mean, shit, you even see this from the Dragon Ball shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. We got people that are not gonna. I bet we got people in our group that's not gonna play that game anymore.
Man, of course. Like, it's either you don't want to take the time to practice and train. I don't have it. I don't have it yet, but I'm not gonna have a problem when I get it. I'm not gonna have a problem with people. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna do the story like I usually do. Get all the characters. So I don't have no problem.
Just take your time.
Practice. Yeah, do my thing. Then I'm gonna take it online, and then that's when we gonna get it cracking. But all y'all want to use Broly, I guess because of Super Armor or the Charge. Y'all want to use Vegeta. Y'all want to use Ultra Instinct Goku.
But that's the main
just gonna save you. You want to be safe.
Exactly. They don't want to have hardship. Like, I feel like when most people play, like, I'm using Dragon Ball Z as like an example, but that's even when it was with fighters. The people that pretty much stayed on the game and actually consistently played, practice, and they put the time in because they say, you know what, I want to be better. But most people don't really think about it like that no more. It's like, I'm trying to play the game because I'm trying to just play the game. If I'm bad at the game, I'm not going to play the game anymore. And that's the end result for them.
I practiced so much on fighters with Cell. I did daily. I put in about 4 hours, 5 hours daily, just practicing, get him to where I could put him online. Man, my Cell was the worst for people, man. People hate going against my Cell. I love that.
Mm-hmm. But that's not like the common thing anymore. You're gonna just get people who play the game, get their ass beat, and you say, you know, I got my ass beat, this game's bad, and then leave it as that. Regardless if the game is bad itself or not, it's just they're gonna just use it as a way of trying to defend their own like, I don't want to say like shittiness, but like, you know, it's like, you're not going to be good at everything you try first try. 9 out of 10 for anything, and fucking regardless if it's gaming or regardless if it's art, regardless if it's music, you're not going to just be able to just pick it up. Not all the time. You don't have to be. The purpose is not you learning it and then being super good at it and a master of it when you first try it. That's not the common thing to do. Now, are there certain people that can do that? Yes, but that's not the goal. The goal of you is to get better. Even those players who are even really, really good at the game look to be better at the game. Even if they think they're the top player, they're going to still practice and play the game and try to get better at what they're still going to go through the same trials and tribulations you're going to go through.
Right.
So, but that's just how gaming is nowadays. That's what they're appeasing the people that just want to play the game and get it immediately, and then that is it, and that is what you're going to be your common denominator.
Right.
And it's casual. It's super casual. But like, and yeah, casual. Some people don't want to. I mean, shoot, some people want to get off of work and just play the game, and you can do that either way. I get that idea, but it's like, even if you're a casual, you still want to be better at the game casually. Well, you should want to, but people just usually just give up immediately. There's no strive to it, or they complain. No, you know what, yo, this person's too good, nerf this character. They're not talking about the game mechanics anymore. They're talking about just the character being strong. And it's like, you're not being fucking, you're not being constructive in your criticism, if you want to put it that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it is what it is. I tend to think that if you don't want to play the game, that is your choice. But complaining about it and then talking and not really giving points where it makes sense, and you're just mad at the game because you're bad, more so than the actual game itself, that's crazy. I think I got him in a hella infinite right now. Damn. Look at the dodges, right? This boy crazy. All right, but oh yeah. I mean, you can see it with most games nowadays that people don't even like YouTubers, they don't feel like having to play on the hardest difficulty. Because why would they? They choose to think that the game being difficult is not the enjoyment of the game. They'll play it on easy. I never played a game on easy because I think games that are too easy isn't fun for me, because it's like, damn, I'm not really even thinking. I like to think when I play the game. I like to feel like I'm actually putting in the effort to make the action that's happening. That's why I actually like Elden Ring, for that matter. Even though I didn't really rush it like everybody else, I took my time. You know, I was like, you know, yeah.
I think I was a horrible kid.
Why you say that?
There was something I always did. I never told anybody. I never told my mom. You know how you get praise from your parents and everything, and it's to the point where it's like, you know, they thinking like you're doing something like really great, but they don't even know the half of it. Right. So it's like, you just kind of keep it going. every time she would buy me a game, I would beat it. After I beat it, I want to take it back. I don't want to play it no more. And that was just me because I've experienced the story. I experienced all the other stuff because this was like when I was a kid, so there was no online or anything. I didn't really play against my family because my brothers or sister and like my dad or anybody else, they didn't want to play against me. I would beat them and everything. And then when I started getting into like cheat codes, I love cheat codes, so I started using cheat codes. But I was like, you can use cheat codes too. Like, I don't mind. I'm not trying to make it an unfair fight. I just like cheat codes. But when I started playing online and everything, not online. When I started playing like games every time my mom buy them and doing single player and everything, I would put them on easy. I'll probably put them on normal. I never put them on the hardest difficulty. I just want to beat it and take it back. I would beat games in like I would say there were some games that actually lasted like 2 or 3 hours. Right. But some games, it was like good 9 more, a little like I'd probably beat it in like 2 or 3 days, and because that's all I do. I didn't go outside as a kid, so I would stay, play it all, beat it, give it back to my mom, want her to take it back. It got to the point where she didn't like doing that, went to Blockbuster and she started doing that thing. But she started telling everybody, like, wow, he's so amazing at that game. He beats games in short amount of time. And then she like reduced the time. You know what I mean? Make it sound crazy. He beat a game in 30 minutes. I said, I ain't beat no game in 30 minutes. But I'm not gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say I didn't beat the game in 30 minutes or an hour. I really didn't, but that's what she's telling people. Everybody else thinking I'm amazing, like how I do that. They probably think I'm a speed runner. I'm not even remotely close to that, but that's all I was doing. I was wasting money. And how I looked at games and everything, I would look at the front cover, look at the back. If the pictures were cool and everything seemed cool, I'll read a little bit. I'll be like, I'll play it. That's it. I'm done. Take it back.
Man, no, I used to do that with Blockbuster a lot. So shoot, I had GameFly, bro. But like, the reason why I use GameFly and then my mom even like using GameFly was that the fact that I can return the game after I feel like I had enough with it.
I try to rob them.
You know what happened, bro? Somebody did try to rob me, bro. And that's a whole nother story. Like it used to be this kid on the block, right? And we wasn't friends. He's younger than me, but he's my sister's age a little bit. So I was like, whatever. He's just there. And whenever me and my homies from like, cause we used to go outside a lot, but we used to also play games at other people's houses. So like I'll go to my other friend house behind me. We'll play tanks, GTA, San Andreas, fucking soccer, tanks, nigga. He used to have a Nintendo 64 and we used to play tanks all day. And we'll just be playing that type shit or Guitar Hero. So I used to get a whole bunch of games, just not only for me, but like everyone else. But I used to be very selfish with the game. I used to be like, all right, my turn type shit. And then it's like, if I lose, I'll be like, all right, pass the controller type shit. Anyway, back on the story. This kid used to just, be around. And one day I noticed that, okay, my sister's like, we used to have a ball that they used to play with in the front yard. And it was gone one day. I'm like, God damn, what the fuck my sister's shit at? I'm like, somebody stole it? Or did it just like, they just forgot about it somewhere? Little to be known, I see it in front of his house. I'm like, yo, why the fuck you stealing shit, bro? I don't do anything. Don't steal my sister's shit, bro. That's low. Right? I get it. People don't have everything, man. Give me my shit back. I'm not gonna talk to you about this. I know people here. I don't push yourself like that, man. But I got the ball back, pretty much took it from this boy's hand, and I brought it back home. And that was the end of that, right? Couple months go by. I put my GameFly game inside the mailbox. Put it back. It got sent back. They sent me another one. I never got the game back. I'm like, who did they forgot? Because this is at the time when I didn't really even know about like online shipping and shit like that. So I'm like, maybe they just didn't send it to me. It's been a while. Woo-woo. Little to be known, this same boy stole my game, bro. Out of the mailbox.
Hey.
I was like, man, all right, bro, cut the shit, bro. So I was real mad. I got up, I walked my ass over to his house. I knocked on the door. I walked into his house. I didn't give a shit what he was saying. I'm like, bro, if you take some more. First of all, this nigga was watching SpongeBob or some shit. So I'm like, bro, you out here watching this shit, and you out here stealing people's shit, bro. But I was so mad for the fact that you stealing my shit. Don't touch my shit, bro. And especially this is at this point this is a federal charge, but it's just a kid, so he's not gonna know this shit.
Right.
So I'm like, bro, you take my shit, bro. You don't talk to me. Don't talk to my sisters. I don't even want to see you on my block, bro. And I felt bad. I felt very bad.
Why? I wouldn't feel bad.
No,
man, you trying to rob me,
bro. I get it, but at the same time, man, it's like you got to think about it. We're like, at this point, we're in our teens, and he's probably like 13, 14, nigga. I'm like 16, 15.
Ain't it crazy how shit be? Karma's a bitch. I don't know.
Karma's a bitch, bro. But there's a difference between getting your ass pulled up on in a car, nigga, and getting just drove like almost like a drive-by, nigga. Girl. I got shot at before. I know how scary it is seeing that. He's safe. I mean, he left. Nigga, he ended up moving out the neighborhood.
Was he into some shit, or was it just like a random hit?
He was stealing people's shit. This wasn't even just from me. This is some.
So yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you're stealing people's shit. It felt like
I had, but the thing is, I felt like I had an attachment to it, man. Because like realistically,
because he stole your shit.
Exactly. I felt bad because I told, and it wasn't really because I told people.
You felt bad because you wasn't a part of it.
Exactly. That was the only thing is that I felt like I was a part of this shit, and realistically, I don't want harm to be done to most people, but. It depends. We
don't,
but it's like type shit. I got into fights. I got into bad like shit, and when I was younger and whatever. And this is the way that it was done. You do shit, you're gonna get your shit popped back, bro. Karma is a bitch, bro.
But I bet you he wasn't stealing no more.
I don't know. Move the fuck out. I remember there was one time used to be a kid. I used to be a bully, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, and that's kind of that. That kind of made me a little sad too. But and these people kind of
bullied too, man.
I got bullied though. That was the thing.
I got bullied by like the upper. Like it's always like the upper, but I wasn't getting bullied like that.
I got most of my shit was kind of like, I don't want to say gang related, but it was like people related. That was my issue. A lot of the people that ended up having issues with me used to fuck with me based off of who I hanged with and things like that. Like, and wasn't really like bullying to where like niggas was bugging me on the corner. Cause I used to fight as a kid, and I used to wash niggas. So it wasn't that. It was the fact that they would either get me in a corner. Like, I got jumped once before when I was in middle school, and I felt fucking terrible about it. So I'm like, I'm gonna get my get back type shit. And that was like, and I really realistically had no reason of being in that situation in the first place. I don't fuck with people unless they need to be fucked with. Like, for instance, I remember there was this one Halloween where a friend of mine, and I'm not gonna say his name, but he used to live right in front of me, and we used to hang out and shit, but he used to be in dumb shit. He used to always be in some trouble regardless of the situation. And he felt like it was funny one day to throw eggs at my house on Halloween, because you know that's like the trick-or-treat bullshit, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, bet. And I caught him in the act, bro. He's like, bro, don't. He's like, I'm like, what the fuck you doing, bro? I chased this nigga with my dog. I had a German Shepherd at the time too. I chased this nigga all the way down the street for like 10 minutes with this nigga. I caught this nigga with my cousins, brought him back to the front of the house, and I threw him in the trash can. And we went on with our business, bro.
I never did that. Throw somebody in the trash. Did I throw somebody in the trash can?
He needed to be thrown in the trash though. That nigga was tweaking, bro.
I mean,
he ended up getting into some shit. He ended up getting into some shit where that nigga was getting shot at, and he tried to run into my backyard. And I said, nigga, you can't hide.
I don't want to say I got bullied at all, for real. Like, I'm not gonna say I wasn't bullied, but it wasn't like some crazy stuff. It's more like somebody would probably like make fun of me or something, and I'll make fun of them. But it's like they'll think like what, and they'll try
Yeah.
to punk me, and I'm like, I'm not gonna fight you. And then it's like I'm the pussy. But people was understand why I wasn't fighting them. I want to fight you wholeheartedly. I want to fight you. I don't. I got a mom. I don't want to cause her any trouble. I don't want her to get off of work and have to deal with my thing. Cause it's like I'm gonna beat your ass. But then she got to get off work and all the things because of what I did.
Like
You know. My dad. There's no point in my dad coming because they were separated. So it's like if my dad comes, all he's gonna do is like, damn, you beat his ass. He's gonna do good shit. And then he's gonna take me. And my mom's gonna be pissed. And she's definitely gonna be pissed that he even so I'm just like to avoid all that, I'm just not gonna fight in school. They wanna fight me after school. I gotta go straight home because I gotta be there at a certain time. If I'm not there by a certain time, it causes problems. So I can't really fight you after school. Then it becomes me being a pussy. But it's like after a while, I didn't really care about a lot of shit, and it's like I'll fight you. So I started fighting a bit. People just wanted to fight me because of like how I was. I was built. I was taller. I was the tallest one usually. So it's like people said that they just want to fight me. They just want to see if I can fight or how strong I am. I don't care for all that. That's none of my business because like people do too much in fights. I don't want it to go overboard. I'm not the type to go overboard because I really don't like hurting people. But it's weird. I like fighting, but I don't like hurting people for real. That's why I don't do either one. But
Yeah.
It was weird. And then when I got into high school, or it wasn't high school, it was middle school. Middle school, I used to talk a lot of shit. I talked hella shit. But I could back it up. The problem was every time something happened, I would go back to my mom and say, yeah, man, he was talking like this, like that, and everything. My mom thought I was talking to her like I was like I didn't want to fight or anything like that or anything like that. I was telling her because I wanted to fight him, and she wanted to handle it. She would call up the school and tell her like that and everything. The school do and we'll find out, and then they find out the guy. Then it comes to the thing where I'm just telling my mom everything. I'm like, we're like, dudes didn't want to fight me, they didn't want to bother me and everything. I was like, I guess that's fine, but I also don't like that because then y'all thinking that I'm just going to my mom and all that shit, and I'm just talking hella shit. I'm talking hella shit because I could back it up, but I was telling my mom just because I just let her know that I want to do this, but she said as she doesn't want nobody to hurt me in case something happens. And I'm like, man,
this is true though. I mean, I respect parents that do that. Shit.
Yeah, but then it caused the whole thing. But I was like, and then a lot of people didn't want to fuck with me, which is I didn't give a fuck.
See, that was the opposite for me. People wanted to fuck with me because they knew my folks. They knew I knew a lot of. Well, me and my mom and my dad knows damn near everybody in the neighborhood, and they know me because they know from my parents, and then they knew it from me, from my cousin. I knew it was a lot of shit, bro. And it was like,
I ain't like that.
I hated that shit, man. And it was like, I don't like, truly to be told, I don't like fighting niggas. It's not my fucking MO. Like, I don't fucking want to do this shit realistically.
I like fighting, but I just don't like hurting people, man. That's just not my thing. I just like the thought of fighting, the thought of doing stuff. I like sparring. I used to spar people, but I was like, I don't even do that no more.
We used to slap box. That was like our fun shit.
I can't do none of that because people emotions start getting to it because people.
But that's the thing.
It's a fair reaction.
Yeah, cause imagine yourself. That's the thing. Most slap boxing fights, you have to. If you're slap boxing your diehard homies, and you know that at the end of the day, we're gonna get back on this bus, and we're gonna go to school, nigga. We're gonna act like none of this shit happens. That was the biggest thing. Most people, I can understand that, because imagine you yourself getting slapped up in the face. And 9 out of 10, it's not even a slap. It's like an open hand fist. So you realistically getting punched, nigga. And like getting punched, no one's gonna like doing that. Your emotions gonna go up, and you're gonna get into more than what you thought you were gonna get into. A lot of the people we have, people didn't like a really slap box. I mean, the people I did do, but we were just because we're just bad behind kids. Look at it now. I'm like, I don't want my kid to do the same shit I did. Realistically, I want my kid to be like on some Zen shit. I want him to be like a person who don't need that type of like validation and shit like that.
Of course, I don't want my kid to do any of the things that,
like, if he wants to do some like professional like judo, martial arts and shit like that, because I think that does make a person's character and shit. I'm fine with that. But you're just getting into fights just to get into fights, or like if you could avoid it and you didn't avoid it, and it's like, brother, what you're doing? I don't want him to have that option to be able to get himself into that shit. And I'm not going to. I'm 9 out of 10. I'm gonna make sure that my kid gets to do like all the fun rich kid shit. Like, I want him to get into rich kids problems. I don't want him to get into petty bullshit. Like, I want him to be able to go.
I don't want him to get into drugs. Rich kids get into drugs.
See, that is a problem too. That is it. I know too many folks that I know now that's their whole problem now, is that they did so much shit when they was younger that when they're not shit that happens now. Shit, that's the new wave now. Even it's not even rich kids, it's just kids getting into more drugs, different drugs.
I love pills and
Percocets, whippets. You know how many people used to clown people with whippets, bro? Now that shit is like the common shit. Oh my god. So this is recently. I was in Miami, right? And my homie was like, yo, I went over to a girl's crib. She's like this ditzy white girl that's like just chills out. She's pretty chill. She likes music, woo, right? And I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. She cool, He's like, yo, bro. She came out and she came out to the door, let us in. We watching movies, drinking and whatever, and then she brings out the fucking canister, bro. And I'm like, yo, that's wild. Yo, you know she does whippets, bro? He's like, yeah. I usually be, and I'm like, are we just not gonna like talk to her about this shit? Or like, she's like, nah, bro, this like the common shit. And I'm like, when did whippets become a common shit? Like, I got one thing about weed. I'm gonna be like, all right, bro, you smoke weed, whatever. I started smoking weed. I'm not really smoking like that, but I had my first joint when I was like in middle school. And it was some whack shit at the time. It was some dirt shit. It wasn't like it was a main thing, but it was like a, kids being kids type shit, where it's like you tried it because you're with the homies and shit. And I get that. People need kids need to experience certain shit to understand that it's not the vibe. But we always knew that, hey man, we're not gonna do this shit. We ain't gonna do that shit. We're gonna clown you for it. Nigga, you a crackhead? Ew, bro. We clowning you. You're gonna be clowned upon. You doing whippets? Like, what are you doing? But now you have kids ages of 13, 14, 15 and up. Even some people in their 12-year-olds, they're doing wild shit that I had never think that I will ever do. Even now. And it's like, they make it seem like they're trying to bring back the idea that these kids are grown people, and they're not. And I say that even when I was younger, I was doing wild shit. But you want to think that progress. You don't really realize who the real menaces is until you realize a lot of these people that are supposed like in the streets and they're doing this wild shit. They're young as hell, bro. Shit, most of our famous like trap rappers were doing this shit when they was 14 years old, man. And it's not a good thing for the community itself, man. It makes me kind of sad. I don't want that for the future, bro.
I hope people are done with these whippets and stuff.
I mean, the more you clown it, the more you make it uncool, the more kids don't do it. And I realized that. That's how it was for me, at least. Do I think this is gonna go away? No, because this has been going on for years, apparently. I mean, California has been doing this type of shit for years. This is what they've been doing whippets for a while. Balloons and the whole nine. and
I feel like
it just became more popular.
People just think drugs are cool. Like I noticed, and like media doesn't make it any better.
Well, no, they promote it. Shit, I mean, shit. Rappers.
It is fire though. I love pills and Percocet.
The song is fire, but it really,
that shit is horrible. Yeah, that shit is horrible to fucking say, because it's like,
it's not realistically something. You don't want your kids on drugs, man. You don't want them to try that shit out. But the thing is like, a lot of kids go through different shit. Like, there's certain kids who does drugs because of their situation. And I don't excuse it, of course, because it's like, you shouldn't do it anyway. But a lot of these kids are dealing with adult problems nowadays. And it's like, I don't want to blame the kid. I blame the environment at the end of the day. I still don't blame the kids at this point. Even if, because it's like, whippets in general is a product of the environment more so than it is the kids itself. The kids don't make the rules. You're putting this in places where kids can get it easily. They can get whippets way easier than they can get weed. And weed is still a high tier drug at this point. I mean, it's getting slowly more adaptable to people because they're realizing that weed is almost synonymous to drinking and smoking cigarettes and things like that. It's still a brain and a brain altering substance. But like, the community itself allows these things to be in place. If you have people, you have elders, you have shops that don't allow it in their stores, you got people that really care about the future of their citizens, then yeah, you won't see it as much. And we had that. The reason, like, you have your parents talking to you and they give you the talk and they're like, I don't want you to see you doing this shit because the people that do this shit looks like this. They don't do that no more. No one cares about their youngers no more like that. No one cares about bringing in the future of people. People are worrying about themselves because they can't worry about anybody else right now. It's hard to do that. Shit, like, it's hard for me to be like the mentor at my age now when I should be. I can be. I still try to do that. But realistically, I got problems of my own. And people that do this as a living, they also have problems of their own. They be like thinking like, damn, why am I going through all this hell on earth to tell these kids not to do this when my life is not doing that well either? And I know people that do the exact same shit they do. I'm not setting up a good example, or I'm doing the same shit they're doing. And it's like, well, either I have to get better as a person, or the community itself, or the kid's gonna get better as a person, or the community needs to get better. And I'm not gonna blame it on the kids. The kids has no control over this. We're the one with the money. We're the one with the direction. We have to make it uncool again. And it's like, are we gonna take that time to do it? I don't know.
Hell no.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not
gonna do it. That's a lot
of fucking pressure. That's what people do nowadays, man. But you know what we should do? We should, do with games. Mm-hmm. Just go out on games.
Shit. Playing games and just do shit that you don't have to be in a part of all. That's what got me out of it. Shit, man. The stuff that was available to me as a kid that I wish it was available now for kids now. Like, shit, after school programs, fucking, there used to be a program that used to be listed from the cops, from the police of my city. And they used to have an aftercare program for kids to go to afterwards. And they had like a whole game room, play dodgeball. When it was the summer, they'll have you there for the summer and shit. Play some basketball, man. Put you in sports. It gave you outlets to do something other than be by yourself and have to deal with the real life of what you're dealing with. 'Cause a lot of these kids that are in these communities are poor. Shit, man. When you're poor, you don't have shit to do besides do bad shit. I mean, you can be locked in the house and you can make sure your parents can make sure you do shit, but then you realize that, damn, I'm not happy. I'm struggling hard, bro. What can I do not to feel this way? And that's what it is usually. It's like, all right, my life is shitty. How can I not make it shitty? Well, the people around me are not giving me an outlet to do anything. I'm gonna go find my own outlet. And when you put kids to find their own outlets, it's 9 out of 10 it's not gonna be legal.
I think that was the thing, cause like my My after school program was take my ass home. And I stayed my ass home. I was afraid of my mom.
It was well, that's the thing. People, that's other people's lifestyle too. I know people that are like that, well, including you now. But yeah, well, my fucking shit. Cause the thing is, when I used to live in, technically in my age, it was like the top 10 worst cities to live at in America. And the thing is, the mayor, I knew the mayor because the mayor lived next door to me. But his ideals was like, yo, I need to make, how can I make these kids not, you know, move into that direction? How can I provide these public services to make sure they stay out of trouble? It wasn't provided by the school. It wasn't provided by the fucking, like, the fucking city, realistically. It was just provided based off of just the department of the police. And they didn't keep it up. It cost a lot of money. It cost a lot of donations, man. And ended up going away. And as soon as that went away, fucking more people got into more shit. More people hate each other. And especially when you have people that know each other as cousins and shit, man. Like, it gets real, like, toxic. And it's like, there isn't so many things you can do. Even your family, sometimes a lot of people, kids, families, put them in a situation where they need to be doing bad shit, because that's the only thing that can either keep them up afloat or that can keep them in fucking occupied. Your mom's probably working from like 9 to 9, so you're at home by yourself. So what is a kid gonna do?
Shit, we're gonna put on them cartoons.
Hey,
we're gonna play a game.
Have the solutions now, but it's like, what you gonna do to make sure that your kid lives life? Living life is not just, I don't think, personally. Like, you can make your kid watch the right programs. You can dictate how this kid is going to develop. That's your job as a parent. But they also have to experience things in the real life as well, outside of it. If you don't, nigga, when they grow up, they're not going to be able to do the things. They're not going to be able to know what is right or wrong. Like, for instance, I know a girl who at the time should not be going at, like, I know plenty of girls at this point too that party a lot as a kid. And you think, as a kid, you can't go in again and get in this shit. But no, they got house parties for these little ass fucking kids. And they're doing all this wild shit as a young kid because their parents allowed that shit. Allowed them shit, but then when they get to the college age and they go to college, they're like, bro, I did this shit already. Like, that, my mentality, because of how my parents kind of hugged me around and put me around a lot of places and did a lot of things. I traveled a lot. The things that I thought, the things that people told me to do when I was in college, I didn't give a shit. I'm like, all right, I did it already. It's no different, bro. I'm done with that. I'm here to do new things. Some people do that, or they just keep doing the same shit over and over and over again. And it becomes destructive. Right. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, when people say, like, oh, what you want to go do? Hey, you want to do? Go ahead and go to the club tonight, bro. I'm like, nah, I'm good, bro. It's gonna be the same shit as always. I'm probably gonna.
I'm trying to go to the fucking club. I want to get drunk. I want to get lifted. I want to do some dance. You know
That's the thing. Parties and clubs and dancing and having a good time while it's safe is where I would like it. I like my terms of entertainment outside nowadays is if I'm going to like a house party that I know the people here, we're gonna chill out. It's not gonna be on some like stupid shit. We're not worrying about our safety and shit. I don't like that shit now, man. That shit corny to me. I'm not gonna go to this party or club if I know I might get shot the next day. I know how hard I know how much that shit's gonna fucking hurt, or how my mental's gonna be. If I know the danger's there, I'm not gonna do it. I want to chill. I want to have nice music going on. I want to have safe. I want to make sure that whatever drink I pick up, I'm around my peers, so I know I'm safe with it.
That's why I go to bars. Like, clubs get shot up, right? Like, and plus I don't have as much fun as the clubs that I have at bars. They got bars to where it's the point where it's like a little mini clubs that have music, you dance, there's dance floor and everything. It's like a club, but it's technically classified as a bar.
Yeah, I prefer those now. I prefer lounges. Lounges are my shit now.
That too.
Like, when you have all the things that I want to do and everyone can feel safe while doing it, an environment where you can genuinely just focus on the fun of it, Because I feel like nowadays clubs are not used as a place to go have fun. They did it in the 80s, and you understand the dangers of it. But most people that were at the club were at the club to have fun. Now it's like you're posted up with your friends, you're trying to flex on somebody else, you're making yourself a target. You're not doing
fucked up. I'm on the dance floor, I'm dancing with your bitch
type shit. So I'm not doing that shit no more. Like now I'm at the age I am now, bro. I'm not doing that shit. Like if somebody invites me to go out, if it ain't at some place that's like fun, I'd rather go mini golfing than go to a fucking club. That's my mentality right now. And that sounds old as shit, but all that stress that came with having to do all that, man, it's just not it no more.
Mini golf is dope.
Mini golf is fun as fuck, bro.
Oh yeah.
Shit. And it's just like, I don't know. That's the type. I can't do that shit no more. I don't want to. Nah, I'm gonna, like, if I'm out in the country and then we're gonna go to like the strip club or some shit, and I'm gonna say no. No, I'm outside. I'm on a vacation. I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna do no wild shit. I'm not making the idea that I kind of like mentally. Since it's been developed to me as a kid, I feel like everyone is watching you. I think in the third person a lot, and I look at myself and say, am I making myself more known than what I want to be? And I don't want to. I like to have my inclusivity between me and the person I'm talking to or the people around me. And I don't want to be like the known person. I hate being a known person. I don't care about fame. Fame just puts a target on your back, and then it's like, nah, I can't enjoy myself like I wanted to. Like I want to be able to go to the fucking carnival or some shit and just enjoy the carnival. I don't want to go to the carnival and then somebody knows me from somewhere, and then now I have to deal with that shit. And now I can't focus on the fucking carnival. Or whatever the fuck it is at that point. I like to be, I like when everyone's on the same level, like, okay, everyone's cool with each other. Everyone's cool with each other. No one got no problems with each other. We're just enjoying our time, and we're gonna leave at the end of the night. Easy peasy, right. And we're done. And it's like if I have to worry about my fucking back every time I fucking go out, then why I'm stressing myself like this? I'm stressing myself now. I'm not enjoying myself. I'm stressing. Like, defeats the purpose, bro.
The only reason I don't go out that much no more is because, like, you gotta understand, I came to a realization of how much rent I'm paying and all those other things, and I'm like, I paid for this shit. I'm staying home. I'm gonna enjoy this shit because I paid for this. I'm staying home. That's the only thing.
What? Telling me, man, shit's more expensive now. I got more things to worry about than going ahead and spending my money at a club now. Shit, I was doing that shit when I was in Miami. I was like, bro, I'm already gonna have to spit a band for this rent a month, man, all the time, and then I also got to go ahead and pay for food. I also got to pay for gas, and then you want me to expect me to go out downtown and spend another $200-$300 for what?
I don't do that. I buy the cheapest drinks, and I pregame before I go to the club.
That's what we started doing. But even the cheapest drinks in our area are fucking expensive. Bro, the club I was at when I was down there, that shit was like $18 a fucking, not even, I don't think that was a double shot, bro. It was a shot, and it's probably watered down because people scam people.
What's your cheapest drink? Our cheapest drink is Wells.
Our cheapest drink is like, it's like vodka. It's either vodka or tequila.
Well, vodka's about the same as Wells. Like,
it's just the bar charging like an arm and a leg for it now. I mean, going out is expensive now. At least ours is
like a shot's like $6. It might have went up though. I haven't been there in a minute.
A bar would have cheaper drinks, yes. A club, no. Club is like, yo, I'm gonna get you for how much? I'm getting you for your money, bro.
Nah, all my shit over here, they all go like by the same thing. It's like, if you don't, like, usually there's a bar, like, I just walk straight to the bar. Who needs to come here? I could party at a bar. I could do all this other shit at a bar. I don't need a club.
Yeah, I mean,
the club is like, it's like 75% like dance floor and all this other shit. Well, 25% bar, I would say. And then like a bar is just about like 75% bar, 25% dance in the club and everything. So
yeah. I mean, that's what it was. I mean, most of the time, the reason why I go to clubs in the first place was because I had homegirls that want to go. It wasn't for me and my boys. It wasn't just going to be like a duo shit. Because I can go find, if I'm going for that type of action, I can go anywhere else. Plus, 9 out of 10, I really don't want to have the shorty at the club. Because that's their lifestyle. Like, if I meet a girl at the club and we're talking and whatever like that, that's their outgoing shit. That's not my outgoing shit. I feel like it would be a disservice to say, okay, I'll go ahead and pick up a girl, we having a good time, da-da-da-da. And then after this day, I'm probably not going to the club for another, like, month, 2. Maybe in a couple, like, it's gonna be a minute. Like, that's what happened with me and my, this other girl I was with at the time. She was the type of girl to go out a lot. And you know me, I'm not doing that. I worry about my own money. Cause I'm not going to make her pay. I wish it would be the other way, wish she would pay, but that's just not how it is. So I'm like, you know what, fuck it. But I'm like, I can't
go to a bar.
Just go to a bar, have a drink, watch the game. And then if I got some talks, we talk. And if it's like that, that's why I like lounges more. Lounges are just there to go to chill. And most people that are going there are just chilling. This is not their main attraction and whatever. And that's my vibe now. I'm more low key. I'm not trying to be extravagant. I'm not trying to make a big scene. I'm not here for the flashing lights and shit, bro. Put me in a mood, bro. Give me some live music. Like, I go to like underground shit where they got somebody playing like at the end on the stage or some shit, or they got some like a cool ass DJ. I like that shit, and it's small. It's not too many people there. It's not packed as hell, so I gotta be smelling niggas all day, bro. Just be chilling. And that's the vibe I'm going for now. Like, now, shit. Only time I'm going to the club, realistically, is with y'all peoples and whatnot. And I'm there because we're having a good time. Like, when we go to Japan, we're definitely hitting up a club. Like, I'm going to check out Japan clubs.
Oh, God, I'm in the Japan club. I'm going crazy.
I'm going stupid. Like, when I went to Paris, like, I want us to go to Paris one day. Me, you, and Ricky and them. Why, bro? Please. I feel like Paris has got a bad rep, bro. When I went there.
Hell yeah, it got a bad rep. Why am I going there?
Bro, it's fine. I feel like because when people look at Paris, they think of just like, it's either dirty or it's the luxury of it or the type of people, but they have a different culture where it's like, you're just vibing. It was super cool when I went there, man. The clubs were crazy. The scenery was great. Walking around the streets, you meet multiple people. My sisters even got a tattoo when we was up there, man. Everything's open late. So it's like, it's a vibe, bro. It was a vibe for me. Like, and I like more so of the vibe more so than I like the event. If the vibe is great, vibe is chill, the vibe everyone feels great here, then I'm there for it. And that's how it was for me. Like, we went on a boat and we ate on the boat on the riverbed, like this river that goes throughout London, not London, but Paris. Had us up a dinner, had a 3-course dinner, bro. That junk was only $80. And I was happy, bro. I was like, yo, it's scenic. Got this great plate of food. I got the people I love with me, bro. That's the type of shit I would do. Cause like, not everything, like the things that we think are expensive, there are other things that are probably cheaper and you'll probably have a lot more fun with. And that's what it was for me. Shopping was great there too.
Right.
You know, just felt like it was a little bit different. I mean, Paris is not for, I feel like when people look at Paris, they look at it through a lens and they see what they see online because that's what it's for, like Fashion Week and then what's going on and the crazy shit. But it's not realistically what's happening there. I think that's just, but that's with almost a lot of places. Like, the only place I think I probably won't go to personally if I ever to go travel is probably like Brazil. I think Brazil isn't ready For
I ain't going to Brazil. I'm not going to Mexico. I'm not going to a lot of these motherfucking places.
Yeah, the safety issue. Yeah, the safety issues there is the biggest thing for me. If I feel like I'm safe, or if I feel like, cause the thing is, right? We even me and my dad. Cause the thing is, I don't know what, like, the idea of safe is a little bit different for me. Like when we went to Paris, we went to Little Africa, which is quote unquote supposed to be the worst place inside Paris, cause that's where all the minorities live. So they like to put in that discography and shit. But 9 out of 10, if you lived in a real bad area in United States, you're dealing with pretty much the same shit. You just need to know how to move, and that's kind of how I feel about a lot of places. If you know how to maneuver as a person, you're not gonna be bothered 9 out of 10. Like, yeah, there's thievery and yeah, people pickpocket and shit like that, but if you know that, then you know how to fucking deal with it. I go to New York and I still expect myself to be pickpocketed, but I'm not gonna allow that to happen. I know to look for people to make sure that doesn't happen. Same way when I did in Paris. We went into some real rough ass places, but it's not as it's rough, but it's not as it's still as the same roughness as we dealt with. So we know how to maneuver. And we came in there with trench coats. A Russian Uber driver dropped us off, and we just kept it pushing. People and we came about and we moved with that energy that you don't fuck with us anyway. And 9 out of 10, most people, leave you alone. Like I truly believe in the idea that if you don't fuck with if you're not part of the problem, you're not gonna be bothered. If you're not out here doing goofy shit that puts a target on your ass, you're not gonna be bothered with. You're not part of that scenery. You're not part of that community. You're not out here buying drugs. You're not out here trapping. You're not trying to make yourself with the diamond necklace and then pour yourself out around these people that are less unfortunate. You're not gonna be bothered, bro. Now, if you're flaunting this shit and you're acting like you're untouchable, you're bravado, and you're going around these people that are damn near they're not in your same fucking field, then why do it? Why go to that place? Or why even put yourself like that in that perspective, You have way too many other places to go.
Now hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
Totally different what we're talking about.
Okay.
But would you rather fight a chicken just to get into your car, like every time you try to get in your car, or fight a lion once a year for 10 years?
Fight a chicken every time I get into a car, or fight a lion once a year?
Yeah, every time you try to get into your car, when you get to a car to drive.
Every 10 months, they said every 10 years for the lion, once a day for 10 years. I'm gonna go with the chicken because I fought bears before. I feel like with a lion you're risking too much. Cause yeah, maybe you only gotta deal with the lion once, but that once is too many variables of your danger. That if you fuck up, it's over. It's a done deal. I'm not gonna die to a chicken.
No, that lion is once every year.
Once every year, because that's me. That's when I'm risking my life once a year, or I'm risking discomfort once a year. If the chicken comes up and flies, yeah, you can probably get poked in the eye, face, whatever, bro. But you're still a human at the end of the day.
I'm punting that fucking chicken.
Exactly.
And getting my damn car.
My boy, yeah, exactly. It's a discomfort for the day, but I'm not risking my life. Risking my life is one thing or another.
I've seen so many people pick the lion. I'm like, I don't understand it.
I think people think they can deal with shit that most people can't deal with. I'm not fighting no damn lion. I'm damn near not fighting a cow. I'm not fighting no dog.
These niggas thinking they Superman.
You're not. Exactly.
I'll fight a dog. I'm not tripping over it.
Nah, it depends on what the dog is, brother.
It is, but
I'm not fighting no pit bull. I'm not fighting no cane corso. I'm not
I'll
fighting.
fight a pit bull.
I ain't doing that shit, bro. We used to, as I said before, we used to be dog breeders, bro. Not used to, we kind of are still. We got the licensing and everything like that, but I dealt with dogs pretty much all my life, at least more than half. And one of those was pit bulls at the time. And so I had damn near maybe over 20 pit bulls that I've like maybe even more than that. I had a legacy of pit bulls, and I can count on my hand how many times I had to deal with like life-threatening situations with these motherfuckers, because the dog itself, until you're able to train it properly and make sure that it's a family dog, they have tendencies to where they're animals at the end of the day. If an animal deems like it's intimidated, or it's just the nature of the dog, and a dog can fuck you up. A pit bull can fuck you up. A Cane Corso can fuck you up, bro.
No doubt. I 100% agree with that. I feel like I still fuck them motherfuckers up though.
You think so? Until it happens.
Nah, cause what was it, Mom? Nah, cause my brother used to have he always get pit bulls and shit. And I think one time the pit bull did get mad at me. I forgot what happened, and it wasn't on no friendly shit. That nigga was actually upset with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot what I did. I think it was a mistake, but I did something wrong. Motherfucker wanted to try to attack me and shit. Nigga, I put that motherfucker in a chokehold. Motherfucker was strong as shit though.
As I said before, it's just the risk. If I can avoid fighting a dog, I'm gonna avoid it. Usually to get dogs away from me, it's just pit bulls in general. They don't give a shit, man. I got dragged around by a pit bull once before. It got like, I remember I went outside one day and I went to go feed him, fed him, went into the pool, did my pool shit, and one of the dogs got out. It was one of the younger dogs, and I don't know what it was, I don't know what the day was, ended up just attacking me, and it's all over my face, scratched up my face. It grabbed me by my jeans and it dragged me 2 times around the pool, like on the floor or some shit, bro. I had to grab a palm tree that was on the side of the house to stop him from dragging me into their like living area. And I'm screaming. My mom hears me scream and she's like, oh shit. So she was about to go shoot the dog. She couldn't find the gun, so she had to find a cinder block. She found a big ass cinder block and threw it at him. Broke in half. That joker did not let go. Cause pit bulls don't let go. They have their jaws unhinged, and then I even had to break up dog fights between these motherfuckers, bro. It's real gruesome shit, man. I don't bring it to anybody. It ended up tearing my pants away and ended up running back into his crib. It didn't even give a shit anymore. I still to this day don't know what the fuck happened and what I did to that dog, because I didn't do anything to that dog. But dogs are just that's how dogs are. That's how animals are. Any animal can be very dangerous, whatever the problem. How big the animal is what dictates how bad it's gonna be. And I also had to deal with Cane Corsos. At one point, it attacked my mom, and there was nothing we could do about it. Dog as big as it's about your height, nigga, if it stands up on its hind legs. And when you're dealing with animals that big, there's very few things you can do besides killing the dog, which you don't want to do, or it fucks you up and now you're fucked up. My mom had to get surgery, had to get like stitches and stuff like that because of that Cane Corso. So it's like animals, and we had like it's animal. I understand the dangers of all animals. Animals always have the potential to harm you, regardless of what the animal is, depending on how big or how dangerous the animal is. Raccoons, you don't really want to fuck with. Yeah, you can kick them, but if a raccoon is really that angry, and it can get that angry, it can fuck you up and it can scrape up all your legs and shit like that, and you can get a disease. It can bite you. It will tear you up. Humans are very fragile, but they're also very non-fragile, of course, too. We have hands. We have ways of being able to protect ourselves that they can't. But in that situation, it's all about adrenaline and shit like that. You never know. Never know, man. I don't know.
You never fucking know.
But I never fucking know, bro. Wild. I don't know. Like, cause the thing is, when it comes to dogs in general, I don't care about them, because like when I was over in Turks and Caicos, there used to be a whole bunch of just like, you know, dog gangs that from like the island and shit like that, and they used to walk around and intimidate people. But if you're not scared, they sense that. You're a big creature to them, so they're going to be scared regardless. So if you know that, then they're not as scary because you're like, okay, you're just yapping. You just bring them that same energy, and they realize that. That's how that works with them. If they see a bigger dog, they're not gonna fuck with that bigger dog. They're gonna yap, and they're gonna make it seem like they have more of a fucking advantage. But they're not gonna fuck with that dog.
To me personally, I probably didn't have to, but I really trained myself to like have no fear when it comes to animals. Mostly because of a lion. I love lions, and lions can smell the fuck out of fear. They can smell fear, and that's when you're fucked up. Once they smell your fear, they can tell you're afraid. Boom, they're coming for you.
Yeah.
So I always try to make sure that I don't show no type of fear. But you know, sometimes in certain instances you'd be like, whoa. But when I was around lions, it's so crazy because I don't want to say it like that. I wanted to be in front of lions, but you know, when I got as close as I could to lions, especially in zoos and all that stuff, and like I think there was one where like we got like really close to a lion, but it was not like the lion could like jump at us and kill us, and like they already had that shit like prepared and everything. But you know, it wasn't like there was still something blocking us from the lion, but we were still like very close to the lion.
Mm-hmm.
But they also had the people right there with the lion. The lion was just chilling. And I was like, you know, I just wanted to be close to the lion. So it was like, you know, if it's something like, if I made sure I had no fear. I don't want no fear when it came to animals. I don't really have no fear when it comes to dogs. I don't really give a fuck. It's so crazy though. I say that sometimes, but then like if a dog come out, like if I hear a bark out of nowhere, I'm like, oh, I might jump because I'm like, what the fuck? It's like a jump scare type shit.
Oh yeah.
But other than that, you know.
I mean, yeah, the idea you never post it. Nah, I mean that's the appropriate way of doing this to never show fear. But it's just that there are instances and situations where you don't know what's gonna happen. I feel like anybody can be prepared to do and act a certain way with repetition and things like that. But it's like anything can happen, especially when your physical health is in danger, you know. And it's like you never know what's gonna happen, and that's the idea. Is that I respect these animals because I fear them. I don't fear them out of just fear necessarily. I respect these animals that they can also, like, the same way they should fear me is the same way I should fear them. Because you never know, as you said before, when you're with lions, when in your situation, yeah, there's people around them. Yeah, people are there to help to make sure you're safe and things like that. But if a lion really genuinely don't and just have an issue, somebody's getting hurt. And there's somebody's getting hurt is getting fucked up. And there's not much you can do about it. And then you're gonna have to kill the animal at the end of the day. Which you don't want to do that.
You be seeing the ones where like, cause like they have those programs and stuff where you can raise the cubs and everything, and then after a year they have to go to a zoo and like some shit like that. And then like one of the humans that raised the lion and everything went to go visit a lion, wanted to be like in the same area as the lion and everything. He thought he was cool. Man, that lion tried to fuck him up.
Yeah. And because at the end of the day, they're just animals. Like they're not domesticated animals. We got lucky with dogs. We got lucky with dogs and house cats and shit. Because they have instincts that are different from us, man. Even your household dogs will even have problems when certain things are like a lion. You never know. It's just that we're able to deal with it because we're either bigger than the animal or we can deal with the hardships that comes with it. Horses can fuck you up, bro.
Horses really fuck you up. I'm not even. Don't fuck with them horses.
I'm just saying, man. They can be adorable. They can be the best animal you think there is as a kid. Once they're an adult, they are their own animal. They're not domesticated animals. They'll never be domesticated animals. They can be what you consider as a friendly animal. Like, I've seen plenty of people online fuck around with lions and shit like that. And like, oh yeah, this is my best friend. They know me. They recognize me. Sure. And that's the case, and they can do that. They have the mental capacity to recognize and remember who you are, but they still have their own instincts as an animal at the end of the day. If they are out to kill you and you say stop, 9 out of 10 they're not going to listen to you because they don't fucking understand you. They read off of body language, they read off of smell, they're reading off of different things, and then how they react is how they're gonna react.
No, we sound like an educational motherfucker.
Gotta be. I mean, educate. I think this is us being fucking people.
People. I'm only human after all.
Shit. The more, I mean, shit. If the more you learn about life, shit, the more you're gonna learn about different things and stuff like that. That's what I like, though. I like being able to talk about my experiences and opinions and shit like that about certain things, especially if I experienced it myself.
Most definitely.
Oh shit. It's like that's what I look to do. I want to be able to have these experiences to talk to other people about it. Like I want to go snowboarding so bad.
I want to go snowboarding too.
Snowboarding is I already did ice skating, and I'm really good at ice skating. Cause ice skating is just skating.
I'm not doing that.
What? Ice skating's fun, man.
I do regular skating. I don't think I want to try that.
Bro, ice skating is just regular skating. Like I didn't think about it like that as well. But when I remember I had like a field trip, and we ended up going to an ice ring in fucking Florida, but it's like, you know, a hockey ring basically. And the more that I realized that ice skating is really no difference than skating, just besides that you only have one wheel, but your one wheel is on contact with the ground at all times instead of it being a circle. So the same way you'll push off to gain speed like you would with skating, it's the same way you'll do with ice skating. And sure, the floor is fun, and the only problem is if you fall, the fall is a lot worse because it is like dry ice and shit.
The fall, and you gotta make sure none of the blades from the skate hits you.
Yeah, but the blades are not gonna hit you 9 out of 10 unless you're throwing your legs wildly when you fall, which is you gotta worry about other people if anything.
No, that's what I'm saying. Other people.
Yeah, but I've seen collisions hitting somebody with your blade of your feet. It's not really like, it's really hard to do that. Yeah, there are instances where people have done that before, but it's like, oh my, when was the last time somebody ran up on you and then somebody hit you with the bottom of your skates? Like the bottom of your skates, nigga. And you remember your skates are wider, so it's not like a blade. And it's not gonna puncture you. Blades don't puncture you unless you're like aiming at the point of the blade. It's like it's a blade. It's a line. The only way you're gonna slash somebody, right, with your blade of your fucking shoes is if you like went at an up position and then went down. You fell and then your legs got kicked up and then you brought your legs down at a force as you're pressing into something. You're doing that. It feels like the only way you can get cut is somebody trying to do that on purpose, you know?
Yeah. So
skating is fun, bro. Ice skating is really fun. I think a lot of people think it's a little bit different, but it's not. It's very similar. Once you get it, and then you're kind of like flying.
Oh shit.
But I want to snowboard. I want to ski. I want to go hiking. Like not really hiking, but I want to go camping. I think camping will be cool. A lot of shit, man. And I'm gonna be able to do that too. That's my goals nowadays is like to try out different shit. Like I don't want to just be doing the same basic shit like everybody else is doing. I'm not limiting myself just to be like, oh nigga, what you want to go do? Oh yeah, bro, let's go to Cancun. And let's go drink. Let's go to a party. Let's go, nigga. Are we gonna go wakeboarding, nigga? Like that's the type of shit I'm gonna be on or some shit.
I ain't going on a wakeboarder.
I don't know. I might try wakeboarding. I like the water. I jet ski. I like to jet ski a lot with my folks and be on the boat. Being on a boat is nice too, comforting. But you know, this is.
Oh shit.
Type shit, bro. I don't know. I'm trying to feel like, are we forgetting something? Cause nigga, this shit about to be over. We've been random.
Man, we just yap.
Yaposaurus, bro.
We just yap.
All right.
None of the topics.
We did Dragon Ball a little bit. but that's not really too much. We did a little bit. Besides, like, you know, it is bigger than fucking Call of Duty and shit. But it doesn't.
The biggest fighting game.
The biggest fighting arena game out there right now. Shit, is the biggest. It beat fucking. It's fucking Raw right now. It's the culture movement, nigga. People fuck with. More people fuck with Dragon Ball Z than people fuck with Call of Duty. I tell you that for a fact.
Yeah.
But I mean, there isn't really any news that came out during this week. That's what I'm trying to say. There isn't really nothing of merit. I'm trying to think if there's anything of merit, to be honest. It's kind of a dead week, to be honest. Let me think. Nah, man. I don't know. Might be a slow week this week, to be honest. But I mean, the point is, remember, the point of this podcast is not just to be talking about certain things. It is just so we can talk and have a reasoning behind it and shit like that, you know. We ain't paying. Ain't nobody buying this shit. If niggas don't want to hear us, if niggas don't want to hear us talk,
it's free.
Exactly, it's a free to talk.
Free.
Not pay to talk. You niggas ain't subscribed to this shit. You know, $15 subscription monthly. Get out here just being people, bro.
If I did, I'd charge y'all, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
Off the ass. Y'all ain't gonna watch.
Y'all gonna get hella microtransactions.
Yeah.
But what is it? What's the runtime right now? Let me see. About 2 hours. Not bad, ain't it?
Not bad. Man, we got way over.
Hour 43. I mean, the last one was 2 hours and like some change.
That's crazy.
And yeah, I'm telling you, bro. All right, you know, fuck it. We're gonna close it off then. I think this is a good ending part anyway. What today is? Today is what, the 12th, brother? It is the 12th. Well, so today is the 12th. So this is, what is it? 10/12/2024, nigga.
Yeah.
It's a nice Friday. I hope everyone has a great weekend, my boy. You know what I mean? Go enjoy yourselves, man. You need to enjoy yourself too, money. Yo, tall ass.
I enjoy myself all the time.
Shit, I haven't.
I do think.
I need to. I'm about to see if I can go see my cousins this weekend. I haven't did much all this week besides like work and shit. You know what I mean? And I did play what do you call it, Sparking Zero, but I don't know. You know what's funny? I say all this shit about Sparking Zero and how great the game is and shit like that. When I played it though, I'm not gonna lie to you, it gave me the Xenoverse vibes. And is it I don't want to say that. I know it's not Xenoverse. And I don't want to put that bad air in there.
You piss some niggas off.
Yeah, it does have. I don't know.
That's
I think maybe
wild statement.
I guess it's because that is the most recent Dragon Ball game in memory that is actually has like the following. It's not like a spinoff. It's its own thing.
People try to treat it like Xenoverse. I see motherfuckers doing combos, key blast combos. I'm like, oh no, we don't do that.
Yeah, no, I thought we were just throwing hands and teleporting, bro. But it's not like that no more. I mean, it's more for me to learn. So I'm not gonna drop the game. But I do feel like I'm not gonna be like, as I said before, this game is just gonna be a party game for me. That's kind of how I'm gonna leave it as is. I'm gonna play the characters I want to play. I want to play like some fucking Vendel, some Hercule motherfucker, some Krillin nigga, some Young Tien nigga. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. We're gonna have to see as the time go by. I gotta play the story mode too. Okay, if the story mode is crazy, it gets my stamp of approval, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. But all right.
What if looks nice?
You said what?
The what ifs for Sparking Zero.
No, the what ifs are actually kind of fire. I kind of want to put in a lot of effort in for that though too. I want to make my own what if. I got plans. Matter of fact, hey, I'm gonna speak to the how do you say, the watchers, the viewers. If you want us to talk about any topics that y'all have in more specifics, let us know. Chat with us, talk with us, bro. If y'all wanted to you know, play any of these type of games with us as well, let us know too. Like, this is a community. As I said before, this is a community. This is so we can all talk to each other about whatever the fuck we're going through and shit like that.
Free to talk, free to talk. Yeah, we're like therapists sometimes too. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Philly money.
Exactly, bro.
I'm better than Dr. Phil. I'm not gonna lie. I'm better.
Nah, Dr. Phil racist anyway, bro. Fuck that nigga.
Yeah, I'm better.
Yeah, you're better. We're all better, bro. I feel like people are better than that motherfucker anyway. So like, yeah. If y'all have any questions, y'all have any things, bro, let us know. And you know what? And if you have a video that you want to put up on the big screen, because the background is not really necessarily the main point of these videos. Is never the point of the video, but you know, it's more so like a community outlook of what we're kind of like watching ourselves in our own time. So if you have anything you want to,
no, go ahead.
I'm about to say, if you have anything you want to put up, or you want to go ahead and send us a clips, let us know. We'll have it in for the next podcast. Things like that, man.
This nigga gotta stand on the fucking sofa just to talk to me.
Hey, shut up, bro.
That's crazy.
Just because ain't nobody fucking trying to be no fucking D3 players. Go dunk something, nigga. How about that?
You about the size of a can of greens. Anyway.
All right. Look, so anything else you want to say?
If y'all like Gwen from Total Drum Island and Shigo from Kim Possible, I fuck with you. I mean, that's a lot of problem.
That's a lot of people though, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Gwen and Shigo, that's two people.
Yeah, and that's two people. I feel like everyone has a general consensus that they fuck with, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, you're gonna have to fuck with them. Exactly. That's what I mean.
Not have to. I mean, this is what it is. It's like almost saying, all right, bet. Do you like Starfire or Blackfire?
Blackfire. What the fuck?
See, there we go.
That's kind of hard. It's kind of hard.
Nah,
though.
You're gonna have more Blackfires than Starfires.
No. What are we talking about though? Like, are we talking about just like, you know, liking in general? Or
all right. I'll give a scenery code. We're not gonna use Teen Titans because they are teens, but we're gonna use Starfire and Blackfire from the actual shits. Who do you like better? I ain't gonna lie to you, Starfire bad.
Starfire is bad.
Starfire bad. But Darkfire?
Blackfire.
But Blackfire, my boy?
Whew.
It's the pipeline, bro. That's what they wanted everybody to fuck with back. I mean, shit, golf girls in general, bro. That's what was the vibe.
I ain't gonna lie. I'll stay with Starfire.
Yeah. Nah, I feel like Starfire will be the she'll stick
with
you.
She holds you down.
Yeah, she gonna hold you down forever, bro. She ain't gonna really she gonna really be for you.
Yeah, I need a girl. I would need somebody to hold me down.
Blackfire, I feel like she's gonna be like, she'll be cool to hang with. She's like one of the bros.
She's like in the moment, like Blackfire. She'd be cool for in the moment. It would be some great time. And then she gonna disappear that one day.
And then you're gonna be like, where she
never
went?
Come back. Yeah.
You're gonna see a letter on the fucking table.
Yep. Yeah.
Went on to do better, bigger and better things, and I'm like, all right, well, that's just her. That's her nature, then. Whatever, nigga. Bye.
Good ones go.
Well, good ones what?
I said the good ones go.
I don't believe that.
Good
all right, niggas.
Ones go.
Well, fuck with y'all later, bro. Go. Hope y'all had a great time with us, man. We'll see y'all next time we do our podcast, bro.
Yeah, I'ma fuck with y'all.
So you know who it is. It's OTU, pronounced O2. And it's my boy, my co-host, my partner in crime, nigga. Money de Verde. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, peace out, B.